You know, the last company which I exited, that's when Nitin and I started brainstorming that why isn't blockchain getting adopted? Why aren't masses using it? It's phenomenal technology, the need of the hour. And that's when we came upon this whole project, as we call it, because it's split between multiple entities. And the entity I lead in this project is a not-for-profit foundation where we are creating an open source blockchain platform which will help the world adopt this at scale. It's completely free of cost. People can come use it. And it moves around an economy of itself. So quickly, you know, why would enterprises or governments want to use blockchain, and how do we accelerate the journey, right? So multiple points, and we have kind of tried to bring down to the most practical. We want to keep it as non-technical as possible when giving the justification so that it doesn't get embroiled in technology. But we have created something what we call as a decentralized platform, which makes it very easy for any developer. You don't have to be a Web3 developer because that's very complex technology, a whole bunch of not very common languages, Haskell, Rust, which a developer needs to know. And we have brought in what we call as a decentralized platform, which an average developer, anybody inside a company, for any use case which demands trust and immutability, he can use that platform and build a solution which we believe the masses will love. Any enterprise could take it, any government for any use case, and I can think of so many around healthcare and public service, which could be built using a technology like ours, right? We want to be that easy button, which the slide shows there. We just want it to make it absolutely simple and easy for the world to adopt this technology. That's our goal. That's our mission. That's what we want to build and offer to the world. People get confused. You hear all these words around crypto, which has some negative connotation today. You hear blockchain being used, and you hear the term Web3 being used. So what we try to do is just put it in simple words what each means, right? Crypto is just a set of math or algorithms on which a token, again the term token, read it as crypto, on which a crypto is built. Blockchain is a way of accessing data and using data and storing it in a way where it is transparent and immutable. When I use the word immutable, basically nobody can change it. In a statutory audit with a centralized entity, people can go and change data in their systems, but once it is put on blockchain, on-chain, nothing can be changed. So it becomes completely transparent. So regulators love it. They want to see what enterprises and people are doing without fudging data or falsifying data, right? And Web3 is a consolidation of blockchain and a lot of other technologies which have grown in this ecosystem, all put together. That's what we call as Web3. So during this presentation, we'll be using these terms, but we'll be using more of Web3. It's an aggregation of technologies, which we are seeing how can it be used for public good, how can governments leverage it, how can enterprises leverage it. So this is a definition. I don't know how many of, just to define Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, because in the last slide is Web 3. Why 3? Why not 5? And why not 2? So Web 1, when we all started using the internet, it was one way you used to have portals which would come up. You could just read, and that's it. You could assimilate information. You couldn't give your feedback. Web 2 is when you had, which is what is going on now, right? You are able to contribute, and that's where the concept of UGC started, user-generated content, which we all generate when interacting on Facebook or Twitter or WhatsApp or all the media, social media channels we use. And fortunately or unfortunately, that's the data which stays with the platform owners today, right? And as we all say, data is the new oil. So how do we make sure that the user, and not only the corporates, which end up owning all the UGC,